If you open a New Testament, the very first thing you'll see is the Gospel of Matthew. And it's there for a reason. Think of it as the perfect bridge, connecting the long, epic story of Israel from the Old Testament with the life and teachings of Jesus. It stands at the entrance, welcoming you by saying, everything you've read so far, it all leads to this. Traditionally, this account is linked to Matthew, a tax collector who left his post to follow Jesus. And the book reads like it was written by someone with a sharp, organized mind, someone deeply immersed in Jewish scripture. The narrative voice is that of a careful teacher, meticulously laying out the evidence, connecting the dots to show that Jesus wasn't an unexpected detour in history, but the long-awaited destination. It was written for an audience who knew their scriptures inside and out. That's why you'll see the phrase, so that what was spoken through the prophet might be fulfilled, over and over. The author is constantly pointing back, showing how Jesus' birth, his ministry, even his location were all foreshadowed centuries before.
The book's design is brilliant. It's built around 5 major sections of Jesus' teachings, which many see as an echo of the first 5 books of the Old Testament, the Torah, the books of Moses. It's a powerful literary signal. Just as Moses ascended a mountain to deliver God's law, Matthew shows Jesus on a mountain delivering his famous Sermon on the Mount. The structure suggests that Jesus is a new and greater teacher, one who doesn't abolish the old law, but brings it to its true meaning. These 5 discourses cover everything from the ethics of his new kingdom to instructions for his followers, parables about God's reign, how to live in community, and what to expect in the future. And that brings us to the core themes. First, as we've seen, is fulfillment. Matthew is determined to show that Jesus is the Messiah Israel was waiting for, the culmination of God's promises. Second is the kingdom of heaven. This phrase is everywhere in Matthew.
It's Jesus' central message. It describes the world as it could be, and as it will be under God's perfect rule, a reality that is breaking into the present. Jesus' parables, stories of mustard seeds and hidden treasures, are windows into what this kingdom is like. Finally, Matthew is about a new way of life, discipleship. It's a call to follow Jesus not just by believing certain things, but by living a transformed life. The Sermon on the Mount isn't a list of impossible rules. It's a portrait of what a person looks like when their heart is truly aligned with God's kingdom of justice and mercy. So the Gospel of Matthew does more than just tell a story. It anchors Jesus firmly in history, presenting him as the promised king who fulfills Israel's hope. But it also looks forward, inviting every reader, then and now, to enter this kingdom of heaven he announced, and to learn to live as its citizens. It's an invitation to see the world differently, through the eyes of its true king.